I want to propose to you a combined approach, something that has a potential to join both worlds, tribal and urban. That's something I called a neoculture. But before I do that, I would like to take you on a short trip to a distant past, to a special period in human history, unfortunately not very well known. It dates from 10,000 years BC up to 3,000 years BC, so just before our own civilization started. It is called Neolithic, a stone age, and of course it is considered primitive. A prehistoric, that means before the real history started, which is of course nonsense. History doesn't mind about our own misconceptions. It goes on and on, with us or without us. Anyway, our knowledge about Neolithic is limited. We do not share common languages with those people. We even do not know how they call themselves. If they had some writing system, and some scientists think they had, it did not survive enough to reach our time. However, there are a large amount of archaeological evidences that those cultures were highly evolved socially. Even so that when you think about them, it may look like they were kind of utopian societies. If there is a truth in the legends about golden age on the earth, they must have the roots in Neolithic times. Those cultures mostly thrived in the old Europe, Middle East, and all the way to today's India. In some places, cities were found in which lived up to 10,000 people. Technologically, of course, they were not so advanced. But they had striking social elements: egalitarian structure, equal status for both sexes, not much difference in material affluence, so no rich and poor layers of society, no visible strong hierarchy, so no kings or queens, absence of any forcible legal structure, meaning no police, jails or army. Obviously, they lived more like a tribe. They knew what is right and what is wrong, and had no need for the outside authority who will tell them what is what, or to reinforce the justice if needed. And on the top of it, those cities were built without fortification, so no military activity presence, meaning life without war. And it goes on for thousands of years. For us, it is hard to imagine such a life, because the history of our civilization is a history of wars and human suffering. So there must be something wrong with the way we live. But since it is our way of living, it is hard for us to accept that fact. So we continue the same way, not even believing that life can be different. I'm not saying that we shall regress to Neolithic period of time. That is not possible. But Neolithic can teach us few very important things. First, violence, especially social violence, is not natural to humans, because we have had a period of time, thousands of years long, before our civilization, during which we did not manifest the violence on the larger scale. This is the reason why the information about Neolithic must be made available to the larger public. Due to lack of this knowledge, people think we made up wars and killed each other from the beginning of time. This is simply not the truth. the best period of human history was without any significant activity of violence and came before us. Actually, wars are clearly the new invention of our civilization. Fortifications of cities began with warrior culture, which is in the root of our civilization, and which exterminated earlier peaceful Neolithic cultures. So, we have to reconsider our view on the social evolution. What came first and what was done after? And second, if we did it once, there is no reason why we can't do it again. This is a message of hope right from the Neolithic. Of course, things have changed and present time is unique, but some things, like human nature, and by that I mean the ability to create a happy and a fulfilling society, that doesn't change.